Here is tonight's Taco Bell game flashback. There have been 3 home runs, and here they are. Norberto Martin, his first of the year, and out of room is Damon Buford. Home run right field. In the 3rd inning, Robin Ventura, he can do it against Texas. A 3-run shot. Ventura is 24th. The Rangers got back in it with the bases loaded. Kiss it goodbye. There's 4 coming home for Kevin Elster's slam. Elster's 18th home run. He's got 75 runs batted in, and those are the home runs of the night. Rangers down 8-0. Had to slam to make it 8-4. Now they're down 11-4 in the 7th with Pudge Rodriguez up. 110 pitches for Wilson Alvarez. Alvarez hung a curveball on the home run to Elster, and then that's been it. Glad to have you along on Lynn Television tonight. We wish we had a little better news for you, but at the moment, Rangers hoping for a major comeback. Stays down on the ground. The definition of ground ball to Frank Thomas, and there is one away. Our Miller Lite trivia question of the evening. Jim Palmer won 240 games for manager Earl Weaver. For which of his managers did Jim Bunning earn the most victory? Jim Bunning, of course, one of the greats with the Phillies. Palmer 240 for Weaver. Well, Jim Bunning, we're talking about some great names. Hall of Fame. Rusty Greer, a triple, an E3, and a fly to right. 1-0. The count. Rangers have stranded 6, including the bases left loaded in the 3rd. They got them all home in the 4th inning, but remember, they were trying to come back from the 3rd when they had left everyone on base. So the Rangers have had chances against Wilson Alvarez, but he's just put them away. There's a strike at the D's. This is a pretty good pitching club for Chicago. They do lead the American League in ERA. They're at .433, the best pitching in the league. They're not the Atlanta Braves, but they certainly have gotten good pitching all year long, and we've seen some of it in this series with Fernandez and Alvarez. Baldwin, Beret trying to come off the DL. They've got some good young arms. And they've got the closer in Roberto Hernandez. So this is a team to be reckoned with. And the Rangers, of course, want to win their division. If they don't, this would be one of the clubs really rolling for the wild card. So this would be one of the teams that we'll be talking about down the stretch both ways. Greer, a hopper to deep first, picked by Thomas. Long throw, but they won't beat Greer there, and it's a base hit. Rusty runs it out, and they can't make the completion 3-1, so it's an infield hit. This is so deep that Thomas has to track it back. This is about 10 feet out on the edge of the outfield grass, and Perez has no chance for this throw. This is short and incomplete. So Dean Palmer will be up now. Palmer has struck out twice and then singled. Dean again trying to take a little extra batting practice today with Rudy Jaramillo. Palmer 25 home runs and 77 runs batted in. And he's played quite a few ball games this year, so they don't have to worry about a lingering injury from last year when he didn't play in only 30-some games. 106 games. So he's missed only 6, and a conference at the mound coming up. For Dean Palmer. Guillen gets in on everything, obviously. Nothing gets by. He's kind of the Will Clark of the White Sox. If there's a conversation to be had, he wants part of it. I guess you call those guys team leaders now. Dean Palmer's career high in home runs, 33 back in 1993, and his RBI high is 96 the same year. So he's got some numbers to shoot after. And he takes a strike. 1-1 the count. Palmer now 27 years old, still a young player, trying to get consistent. Still strikes out a lot. He's in the top 3 in strikeouts. Struck out 103 times coming in. Slaps this one upstairs. Center fielder Dave Martinez is right there calling, and there is out number 2. 2 out, 1 on. White Sox are leading here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 11-4. The pennant race heats up when the Rangers come on back after a road trip for a 6-game homestand against the Tigers and Royals. Check it out. The Tigers the 12th, 13th, and 14th. The Royals the 16th, 17th, and 18th. For tickets, call 273-5100 or visit any Ticketmaster outlet throughout the Metroplex. 20 more home games again following this one. Here's Will Clark, and he's trying to come out of a long slump now, and the slumps, of course, are wrapped around the fact that he's had all these injuries. This is the 3rd time he's come off the DL. Last 2 of the rib cage and the calf muscle. The other one was the pulled quad muscle. So it's been a tough goal for Will. He is now 0 for 19. So the average has slipped on down to 281. This is a tough year for him mentally, not being able to play. This is a guy that wants to be out there every day. And he lines one to the gap, and here's a hit. The 0-4 is over. And over to third base goes Greer. They're going to wave him home. There'll be no play at the plate. Will Clark is out of it. Hopefully with this double and an RBI to right center field. That's the Clark the fans have come to love here, the alley ball hitter, and he lines one into right center field. And he's now 1 for his last 19. So the Rangers get one of them back, and it's 11-5. Pitch down a bit. Clark hooks that thing. Will now 32 years old and a leader on this club, hitting in an unaccustomed to number 5 spot. But Greer races home. Greer has much more speed than Clark, and last night Juan Gonzalez in the discussion with Johnny Oates in the number 4 spot. For most part, Oates thought that it would behoove the Rangers to keep Greer, who's hot, third because he runs better, could score on a Gonzalez extra base hit, rather than Clark, who's trying to nurse along that calf muscle. So Johnny says this will be Clark in the number 5 hole for quite a while. Now they're going to pull out Wilson Alvarez. Karchner had been in the bullpen along with a lefty. We'll see which one they bring in. 11-5. Pitching change back after this local timeout.
Oh, the kids are always glued to the TV at dinner time because that's when all the cool stuff's on. But lately, rounding them up hasn't been that much of a struggle. Maybe they're starting to understand the concept of family time. Or maybe there's just nothing good on.
You take care of the distractions. We'll cook. The Boston Market Feast. Your choice of entree, any 3 large sides, cornbread, and a whole apple pie. Starting at $15.99.
Don't mess with dinner.
This is the collection agency.
There's a penalty and a surcharge.
Your mortgage payment is late again.
This is the doctor's office.
Drowning in debt and thinking of declaring bankruptcy? While bankruptcy may seem like your only way out, it can't erase a bad credit record and can make getting a future mortgage or loan completely out of reach. Call Consumer Credit Counseling. They can help you work out a comfortable repayment schedule so you can start breathing again. If you're in over your head, it's the right call. 1-800-388-2227.
The game is hotter and more exciting than ever before on Texas 39. And this season is shaping up to be the best on record as the Texas Rangers continue to battle their way through the American League. The Rangers shift into high gear as they roll into the Motor City. Johnny Oates and the boys are planning to wreck Detroit's chances for victory. But the Tigers are ready to crash a few out of the park. Will Detroit bring Texas to a grinding halt, or will the Rangers drive away with a win? The Rangers and the Tigers, Tuesday night on 39, the official home of the Texas Rangers.
And our Miller Lite trivia question and answer. Jim Palmer won 240 games for Earl Weaver For which of his managers did Jim Bunning earn the most victories? Got to be a Philly manager, doesn't it? Gene Mauch. Gene Mauch it is. 74 games for Gene Mauch. Bunning, one of the great right-handers. Boy, he would pitch some innings too. A lot of complete games. And Gene Mauch managed for a long time in Philadelphia. Well, Wilson Alvarez is gone. Larry Thomas, the left-hander, is in. Thomas' 50th game. They use him a lot. They use him short. 3.96 is ERA. He's only pitched 25 innings, so he's got 49 games and 25 innings. So he's lucky if he sees a full inning. And now it is Mickey Tettleton time. Tettleton with a couple of home runs last night. Bounced to short and then walked twice tonight. Will Clark, I wanted to mention just a correction there. He was 0 for 19 before he got the hit. So it was an 0 for 19 that went back to June the 7th. And he has doubled here now in the 7th inning. And that is his first extra base hit since the 7th of June against Toronto. So hopefully Clark will be back, and that'll really help this offense go. Gonzalez missing the night with the flu. So again, they don't have everybody together yet. Here's a high foul ball off the bat of Tettleton for strike one. It is 11-5, so the Rangers need 6. They're now down to their final 7 outs of the game, where it's on to Detroit with a 1-game lead in the American League West. That would be their smallest lead since early May. They've fluctuated recently between 2 and 6, but most of the time in midsummer they had a 5-6 game lead. Tettleton slips this one pretty hard to left, way back left field, and caught by Lewis. Darren Lewis stays with it at the wall, and the line drive is caught down there. Didn't have to jump for it, and there are 2 out. There are 3 out. That is the end of the inning as the Ranger rally is over. That ball right at the wall. So 1 run on 2 hits. We're through 7 tonight. 11-5 Chicago. Now this from your local station.
Molly Thompson back here at the ballpark with Juan Gonzalez. Tell me, Juan, how do you get loose before a game?
Hold your hamstring. Let's go down a little bit, stretching a little bit.
No, I've got a few for you.
Okay.
Here's one.
Uh-oh.
1 and 2.
It's no easy for me.
And 9. That'll walk.
Don't miss Miller Lite Sport Bottle Night at the ballpark Friday, August 30th.
This is a story about America and a man with a dream named Jack. Not long ago, Jack promised to make his burgers, shakes, and fries the best in the land. He listened to people in towns big and small, and now his burgers are juicier, his fries are crispier, and his shakes are made with real ice cream. Has Jack succeeded? Now you can judge for yourself. At a place called Jack in the Box, in a country called America.
Face facts. You need a car. And right now, during Hyundai's 10th anniversary celebration, you can afford a new car. The fun-to-drive Accent offers performance and safety features you'd expect to find on more expensive cars. And with $1,250 cash back, the Accent is the most affordable sedan in America. Come see how Hyundai looks today and get more car for your money during Hyundai's 10th anniversary celebration. Because you need a car.
The score is 11-5 Chicago. The Rangers were down 8-0, made it a game on an Elster grand slam, but here we are into the 8th inning. We're glad to have you along tonight. Mark Holtz with Tom Grieve at the ballpark. Headed for Detroit tomorrow. The Rangers would like a nice comeback tonight. Mike Stanton is on to pitch. We'll look at his numbers in a moment. First, around the league, here's an update with Terry Briggs.
Another game was tied into the 7th. The Yankees and Royals in Kansas City. And with runners at first and third, Joe Girardi lays down the squeeze bunt. Wade Boggs scores, and Girardi is safe because no one covered first for Kansas City. Yankees have the lead.
Bob Boone trying to get those young Royals rolling. They've had a tough year. They've been playing much better recently, however. Lewis will lead off the inning against Mike Stanton. They plan to use Mike Stanton, don't they, Tom?
Well, Stanton likes a lot of work. He's pitched in a lot of ball games, 61 games already, 4-3 on the season. He's pitched twice for the Rangers. He's allowed a run on 3 hits in an inning and 2/3. Of course, he was acquired on July 31st from Mark Brandenburg and Kerry Lacey.
And he comes on to Lewis. This is his first at bat. He pinch ran for Tartabull, who apparently pulled an upper groin muscle or upper thigh on the way to first base. Lewis at 218. Now, he has really been suffering. He has not had much of a year. He had a terrible July. He hit 143 for the month of July. So Lewis is tough. Here's Juan Gonzalez, who had the jammed right finger the other night. The foul ball just hit back that way. Juan looking to see if anyone got hit right on the hand. And tonight he's got the flu. He could probably pinch hit. The Rangers need to get a little closer for him, but he's been on a tear. Lewis is out. And there's one out. Juan Gonzalez hitting .362 at home. Boy, he does look like he's got the flu.
Look at his eyes.
He hasn't looked like that.
Wow.
All year long. My goodness. I'm sitting way away from him on this plane ride.
Ray Ramirez ought to think about that himself.
Ray has taken every antibody he can. It was a strike, and it's 0-1 to Mutah. Boy, Juan does look sick. His eyes usually sparkle pretty good. They should be sparkling too. 10 for 20.
There's been a touch of that going around. Elster was sick last week. Juan's actually had it off and on for the last 3 or 4 days. He's been playing with it, but I guess it got so bad today, just couldn't play.
0-2. Rangers playing at a fever pitch. Hamilton will make the catch, and there's 2 gone.
Hello.
He's trying to keep you awake. Come see the best collection of baseball artifacts this side of Cooperstown. It's at the Legends of the Game Baseball Museum and Learning Center. Open year-round at the park. Call 273-5600 for information. You want to see the Roger Hornsby exhibit that will be there halfway through August. A lot of Ranger history. The perfect game. The Ryan no-hitters. Old baseball uniforms, bats, baseballs, gloves. Ozzie Guillen slaps the first pitch to left field. Greer coming hard, but he won't get it. Foul ball, and someone with a glove. Look at no nets down there tonight. They all have gloves. And a great catch. This is the guy that was happy when the other guy went out and got the ball tumbling. And look at, he's got one tonight. That's a great play. He was happy for his fellow partner, and he made this catch. Look at this right here. He's got to watch it. He's been waiting years. Yes.
Trying to slap Rusty a little 5.
Yes. Nice play. 0-1. His night is complete. Now Rusty gets a real one, and that's the
I got mine now.
Guillen to Greer, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 11-5. The south side of Chicago leads.
What's inside Emmitt Smith? Besides a will of iron and the strength of an earth mover, Powerade in the new squeezable Power Flow sports bottle.
Squeeze, work, repeat.
For fast refueling on his way to the next level.
Grab a Powerade.
Powerade in the new Power Flow sports bottle. The official sports drink of the Olympic Games.
Dodge Dakota is #1 in resale versus Ford, Chevy, and GMC. #1 in horsepower. #1 in torque. Even #1 in towing. In fact, Dodge Dakota is ranked #1 in more categories versus any compact. So it should come as no surprise that across America, Dodge pickups are #1 in sales growth. Now get up to $4,000 off Dodge Dakota, including $1,500 cash back.
A nice young man came to the front door the other night just as we were sitting down to dinner. And, well, in our house, that's family time. And so I politely made it clear to him that maybe he should come back in the morning or something.
You take care of the distractions. We'll cook. The Boston Market Feast. Your choice of entree, any 3 large sides, cornbread, and a whole apple pie. Starting at $15.99. Only at Boston Market.
Don't mess with dinner.
We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Rangers have 6 outs to play with here, and they need 6 runs. It's been done before, and they're not facing Wilson Alvarez anymore. 6 2/3 for Alvarez, 5 runs on 8 hits. The short man coming in. Thomas pitched 1/3, and now Matt Karchner comes in. McLemore, Buford, Elster due up. McLemore bounced to short, single, and a double play ball to third. 1-0.
Karchner appeared in 48 games, got a good 1-loss record. ERA's up there a little bit, but he's got less hits than innings pitched. Good number of strikeouts.
And he gets McLemore and a hop. Or 2. How many hops was that? I saw 1. I guess it was 2.
4 hops. 4 hops. It's my daughter again. Thanks for keeping an eye on her. I don't want him to get any closer than that.
Have fun at college, but don't have too much.
Thank you very much, Dave. Keep an eye there, even when it's not on the regular TV.
Good, yeah. It's a good way to keep.
I know
track.
You guys got a way of keeping track of that. Thank you.
Here is Buford. There is some. Our director's son has a date tonight too, doesn't he?
I think people listening can identify with
He went home already. Dave Burchett's young son with a very nice lady tonight. We'll keep track of where everybody is so that there's no shenanigans going on. Here is Warren Newson coming out for Buford. And he will pinch it right here. If they say they're in the ballpark, they better be in the ballpark. Oh, being a father is fun, isn't it? 255 for Warren Newson. And a foul away on the left side for strike 1. Newson, 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in. He's 2 for 13.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
That guy is going. That guy is going for it. Did he get it?
He did not.
Man, it's one thing to break your back and get a ball, but
they are scrambling in the stands tonight. He did a roll over a hole.
He's hurting too. No, he's okay.
He's ready to go again.
Bring me another one.
He did a roll over a whole. He rolled. Look at this guy.
We got the replay too. Looks innocent enough. Where is he? There he goes.
Look at this guy back here.
Who got it?
The kid with a cap.
Oh.
The tamest one there.
We can get him from all angles, boy. Now there's the angle. That was the angle we saw the first time.
Wow. He went back and then rolled over again. 2-2. Well, during some innings, it's more exciting in the stands than it is on the field. People are really hungry for foul. Did they used to be that hungry in the old days?
I think they've always wanted the ball. I really do.
3-2. That goes.
You know, the thing is, though, in the old days, it was a lot easier to get a ball.
So, son, I almost had it for you. I'll be hurting at work tomorrow.
Hoping that none of the friends saw it on TV.
2 out. Elster will be going to the chiropractor
He's going to be
tomorrow.
filing a workman's comp claim against his company.
Going to the chiropractor.
On the job injury. We've got it on tape.
So there are 2 gone. I'm still not getting it with those hats. I don't get it. They do look sharp. Here's Elster. I think you.
What is it you don't get about them?
I just don't.
Why they're wearing them?
Yeah.
They're the latest.
I think you should get one.
What do you call those hats?
I don't know. Linda, what are those? Do you know what those hats are? Here's a swing and a miss.
I don't know what they're called.
1-1. I think
that's called the generation gap, though.
I think you should have one of those. 1-2 to Elster for the night. 1 home run in the 4th. And then the fly ball to right in the 6th, plus a walk. So he's now at 25 hits. His last 77 at bats.
I was going to say, Mark, in the old days, it was easier to get a ball because at the old ballpark, back in the early 70s, there was only 6,000 or 7,000 people there. It was a lot easier to get a ball. Now it's pretty tough.
Yeah, there were as many foul balls, obviously. 2 balls, 2 strikes, except when Fergie pitched. Nobody much got any wood on anything that Fergie threw. That one year he got 25. 2-2. That's a ball low. The Rangers are running out of time here. It's 11-5. This is the on-deck look that Hamilton has at the plate. The Rangers have Elster's home run and another run batted in and a Clark double. And he walks to try to get it going here with 2 out. And Darrell Hamilton will come aboard. Alvarez, Thomas, and Karchner for the Sox. Oliver, Heredia, Russell, and Stanton for the Rangers. And again, if you're just joining us, Darren Oliver had his roughest night in the big leagues as a starter. He gave up 8 runs, 7 hits, and 2 1/3. Hamilton to Durham, and they end the inning on the flip to Ozzie Guillen. So a fielder's choice. We're through 8 innings tonight. 11-5 Chicago. Now this from your local station. Here a complete Rangers game wrap-up tomorrow morning on Newstalk 820 WBAP. This is Mark Holtz inviting you to join me for a recap of tonight's action tomorrow at 7:15.
Dad, you were great, but I've made some changes. New paints, new infrared dryers. Oh, and I'm calling it the new Earl Scheib. Hope that's okay. I'm sure you have better things to do now.
I'm Earl Scheib. I'll paint any cloud, any color for $29.95.
Right now, get over 50% off our best paint jobs ever. Just $199.95.
When's a good time to visit the Black Eyed Pea Market Grill? Lunch is good. So are weekends. Or at the end of a busy day. Now that you know when, here's why. The Black Eyed Pea Market Grill. Come see what's new.
Where the guys get called in when the heat gets turned up.
Now, 5 times a week.
I'm a police officer. Halt!
Top Cops.
Weekday afternoons at 5:30.
You are there.
You guys are giving us a hard time.
As it happens. The real stories of the Highway Patrol.
Weeknights at 6 on Texas 39.
Lynn coverage of Rangers baseball is brought to you by Black Eyed Pea Market Grill.
We are into the 9th inning now as the Rangers trail the White Sox 11-5. Tom, this has just been a rough team for the Rangers, as well as the Rangers played against the Yankees. Has been neutralized by these Sox, who will be 8-4 if the Rangers don't recover against them for the year tonight. This is the final meeting between these two teams.
Well, they've been tough on them, and they could be stiff competition over the last couple of months, depending on how the wild card race goes. It's going to be tough for the White Sox to catch the Indians, but they're playing pretty good baseball right now, and they will be a definite contender for that wild card berth. Looks like the Rangers and also the Seattle Mariners will also be a contender for the wild card berth, depending on who wins. So this is a team the Rangers would like to have played much better against. If they lose tonight, it'll make the series 8-4 in favor of the White Sox.
Dr. Seuss has made an impression on many of the fans around here tonight with those big hats. Robin Ventura 1 for 4 with a 3-run home run back in the 3rd. He now has 71 runs batted in and 24 dingers. The last chance for the fans to boo Ventura perhaps this year. And he takes it in pretty good
They've taken advantage of that chance too.
0-1. He did turn us down for an interview though, didn't he, earlier in the year?
Did he?
He did. Not us exactly, but
probably
the
a little
network.
Bit leery of the question we might have asked.
Very leery. Showed him he was showing Nolan Ryan pictures. He declined. Fastball at 1-2. This is Stanton's 2nd inning. They need to get him pumped up and going.
I wonder if he's bumped into Nolan since that day. Anywhere along the way.
I don't think they quite hang in the same circles. I don't think he goes down to Alvin much. Here's a little bloop to left for a base hit. They'll meet on a banquet circuit sometime. Although the other thing that the Ranger fans hold against him, when Ryan ended his career with a blowout of the elbow and the arm in Seattle, everybody was asked about it, and Ventura said, it's just part of the game. And that's all he said. And I think some of the Ranger fans didn't exactly accept that from a veteran player. But everybody has to tend to their own business.
That's true.
Here's Ron Karkovice. And that's our problem. We're in everybody else's business, aren't we?
We'd like to make everybody's business our business.
It's the Lynn Television way. 0-1 the count.
How about a ground ball to shortstop, Ron?
Rangers need to get back on offense here. This has been a rough game. Again, they have started 3 of the 4 games in this series way down. Going to the bottom of the second inning tonight, it was 5-0. In the first 2 games of the series, the Rangers were down 4-0 going to the bottom of the second. This has really been tough on the offense to wind up in 3 of the 4 games so far behind so early. So the Ranger pitching obviously the key. They got a sparkling performance from Bobby Witt last night. Before the next time through, Pavlik and Gross and Oliver need to pick it up. Warren Newson, who pinch hit and went to right field, makes the catch. There's the first out of the 9th inning. Before Dave Martinez takes a hack, let's go around the league, and here's Terry Briggs.
Mark and Tom, there's still hope for the Rangers. The Indians went into the bottom of the 9th trailing Baltimore 13-4, but Manny Ramirez doubled home 2 runs as the Indians scored 6 times in the inning. 40 hits in the game. Orioles, though, win a wild one, 13-10.
40 hits.
Oh, my, one of the few Oriole wins in Cleveland.
Boy, poor Davey Johnson must have been sweating that one out.
It is amazing the way you can come back these days with a consistency in late innings. Everybody has seen it done in Denver at Coors Field and figures, hey, so what? Maybe the low altitude it'll happen. And there have been some tremendously big comebacks late in games. And
speaking of Denver, it's 10-8 in Colorado.
He's having a good time. We're not leaving until the game's over.
Smile.
One got his glove.
Got his glove. Brought his bat.
They have some new souvenirs, too. That was a Ranger red bat, wasn't it?
Looked like it had the decal on it, logo.
In the old days, you could just buy a cap and maybe a T-shirt and one of those bobbing head dolls, which I sincerely liked. And that was about it. I can buy sport coats.
Or how heavy that or hot that is in the sun.
I would think that would not. How could you wear that on a 100-degree night? You know, I'm starting to like them, though, Tom. I think this is the new fashion trend.
Better be careful. One might just appear in this booth. You'll have to wear it.
One of the great questions of the night, should we say, when little Molly was here, she says, how do you guys appeal to 10 and under? I have never thought about that. We have no appeal to anyone.
We should have asked her, well, how do we?
We got to get some appeal to 10 and under. 2-2, her age bracket. Foul away. And the count is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. The only thing you can do with that hat is smash it down.
Do they sell those at the ballpark?
They must. Where do they all come from? I think we ought to start selling with all these kids that are wearing these hats. 2-2. See them all over the country, too. This ball gets by. And down to second base will go Robin Ventura. So there's 1 out, a runner at second. It's an 11-5 game. The Rangers in the bottom of the 9th inning will have Rodriguez, Greer, and Palmer due up. It's a night where Juan Gonzalez, their hottest player, has not played for the 2nd straight night. Again, following this game, the Rangers will fly to Detroit, so they've got a long night coming. And they'll be ready for you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Texas time. Travis Fryman and the Tigers will be waiting. Channel 39 in Dallas, Fort Worth, and all across the Lynn Rangers television network. Again, game 1 tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The matchup in that game for the Rangers, they will pitch Ken Hill against Felipe Lira, who is one of their best. Pavlik against Brian Williams on Wednesday, and then Kevin Gross against Omar Olivares on Thursday. But Ken Hill tomorrow night with his 11-6 record. In the meantime, Seattle starts a home series against Cleveland. This is belted pretty good. Way back to right field. Newson looking up, and it's gone. Bullpen property there. That's a 2-run home run. And this is out of control at 13-5. And Mike Stanton being hammered a bit. He's given up runs in every game that he's been in. Martinez hitting his 7th home run. And that will put him up by 8. Johnny Oates says, ooh.
Nice day for Martinez. Martinez now 3 for 5 on the day with 3 RBIs, home run, a couple of singles. Hit this ball very well into the Ranger bullpen. 408 feet, they say.
Stanton has now given up, since joining the Rangers, 3 runs. In 3 innings. He was not scored upon in the 2/3 Saturday night, but
I think he gave up a hit that scored someone else's run,
yes,
though,
that's
Mark.
what he did. So he's got to find the touch again. The man from Midland High School. Ball 2, strike 1. Hadn't pitched in 5 days, so the Rangers are trying to get him back in the groove and been a little rusty. But you don't like to see lefties against lefties giving up home runs, because that's the way he'll be matched a lot, Tom.
Definitely. We've seen that twice tonight. Ventura hit his home run off of Darren Oliver. Martinez hit his off Stanton.
So Mike Stanton, who the Rangers hope to use at times as a closer, trying to get him now into the bottom of the 9th inning, down by 8 runs. This has not been a good homestand for the Rangers overall. If they don't come back, they're 3-4 on this one, 1-4 in August. So they've got some serious work to do against a club that has been red hot, Detroit. They really are not in a race. They're just carefree and playing baseball. Take some chances, go out, enjoy yourself. Those are the tough ones. That's the way the A's started, and all of a sudden Oakland is in somewhat of a pennant race. 2-2. Rangers now out homered 2-1. Again, Kevin Elster's grand slam in the bottom of the 4th brought a crowd to life. And the Rangers were down 8-0, but the Rangers trying to find some life right now. The crowd tonight, 29,973. Some of the folks started back to school, I guess, around the area. 2-2. There's a high foul ball down the right field side. Now it's not foul. It's off the wall. That one hangs in there, and Newsom plays it off the wall. And this will be Durham at second base. That ball went up, turned over a couple of times, and almost went out right at the wall.
It really fooled Warren Newsom, it looked like.
Well, probably should have been caught, but it was in the wind. He went back, and all
it ends up behind him.
It got blown away from him. I thought it was going to be foul.
He's near the 325 sign, and that ball didn't hit the wall. That ball hit at the base of the wall about 5 feet behind Warren. So he misjudged that ball. Must have come back. The wind must have blown that ball back towards center field, because he wasn't even in the area.
Now it is Martin. That right field area has been a tricky one tonight. Early in the game, the baseball really carrying. Then we saw Greer get under one that we thought was out, and it was held up, but he was looking over foul. Then the ball comes way back. He's 5 feet away from that baseball. 1-0 to Martin with Frank Thomas on deck. This has not been too pretty tonight.
No, it hasn't.
There are some ugly games.
And it started off that way quickly.
Yeah, it did. This is fitting into the Doug Rader ugly category. 2-0. Now, maybe Ken Hill can turn them around tomorrow night unless the Rangers have a big ninth tonight. Johnny Oates does not look very happy tonight or intense at the moment.
I think he just wants the game to end like the rest of us.
Ball 3. Johnny Oates says, Boz, we got to get these guys together. And no one works harder than that crew right there. Jerry Narron on the right, Johnny Oates, Dick Bosman talking about the stuff of Stanton. And there is ball 4. And this is how ugly the game has gotten. This is real ugly. The Rangers don't want to waste any more pitchers. And they have Rene Gonzalez firing out in the pen. Look,
what's happening right now, Mark, is Johnny doesn't want to use the bullpen. And he's gotten Stanton a chance to go 2 innings. He had a quick 8th. But now it's not a matter of whether Stanton can get out of the inning. It's how many pitches he's going to have to throw to get out of this 9th inning. And if he has to go out there and throw 15 or 20 more pitches, then he might not be able to pitch for a couple days. Personally, I'd like to see Rene. It's what this game needs. This particular game. Not like the game of baseball, but I mean this particular game. I mean, if you're a fan, you're watching it. It's 13-5. You've stuck it out for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Why not see a utility shortstop pitch?
I'm not so sure I want to see that. All right, okay, you've talked me into it. Let's wheel him.
I bet he'll be better than Manny Alexander was. I bet he doesn't give up a grand slam.
Mike Stanton against Frank Thomas right here. This is 13-5 in favor of Chicago. And we are in the top half of the 9th inning. Rangers have played so well most of the year at home. They've had some great games, some terrific excitement, but this doesn't quite fit into the category.
The other thing, when you look at the Tigers, it's pretty important to have a rested bullpen against them. They've been scoring a lot of runs lately.
And maybe some runs coming here. Greer toward the line, and he cuts it off nicely. Rusty, a good first step. That ball was hit hard and hooked. And Rusty Greer has really found a place in left field. He has a great instinct now on that ball, and he has a good first step, and he's right there.
This is probably the hardest hit ball Big Frank has had in this series. And Rusty makes the play on it.
2 out. Now Darren Lewis. Again, Rene Gonzalez is throwing in the bullpen for Texas. And they just don't want Stanton to throw that many more pitches. There's strike 1. Boss said, look, we'll give you a couple of more, but then that's it. Gonzalez says, gee, I'm going to throw myself out. Hate to bring up the whole Jose Canseco incident, but obviously I will. And how many pitches did he throw out in the bullpen, Tom? 60?
I don't know, but he was out there for a whole half inning.
Otherwise, it probably would have worked, but he got a little carried away with as many pitches as he threw, and then was really gassed going to the mound. Rene says, I think I'm ready. Doug Witt says, I'm
not so sure.
This will be ugly, Rene. Good luck. 1-1. And there's a base hit to left field. On comes Greer. They're waving the runner home. Here's the throw to the plate. It is in time. The tag. He's safe. As Rodriguez was backed up just a little bit. And a quick slide by Durham apparently hit the plate just before the tag. The ball seemed to come up on the hop, and Pudge had to back up and catch it and then go for the tag. It'll be a single for Lewis and a run batted in.
Rusty comes up throwing all the way and makes a nice throw. Rodriguez blocks the plate, but the foot is shoved back as the base runner slides right into his foot and knocks it out from underneath him. Good try by Pudge.
Here's the next hitter, and it is Mutah with a line drive to left, and another run is home. Boy, they are beating up the newest Ranger, Mike Stanton, handily now. So they get back-to-back RBIs, and up comes Ozzie Guillen. And Johnny Oates not wanting to make the next move, but maybe not too far away from it, because Stanton was the man that they hunted down that they thought could do some good things for the Rangers, but he's had a tough go in his first couple of games here. Ian hits one up the middle, another base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third, and the bases will be loaded for Robin Ventura. So now it is a shellacking. Oates says, what do you think? And Bosman says, I don't know, Skip.
Hey, if you're going to warm them up, bring them in.
Rene Gonzalez could lighten the attitude a bit because it's getting heavy. 15-5 Chicago.
At least that's what Rene Gonzalez is thinking. I don't like to warm up out here if I'm not going to get in the ball game.
This may not be the happiest little plane ride we're about ready to take.
No, this is not a great game to leave home on, or any time.
1 ball, no strikes. Rangers have to fly to Detroit after this. You got to tie your shoelaces and get on with it, though, in the big leagues, and that's what the Rangers will try to do. Bosman not happy. The bases are loaded. And Ventura hits a pop to Elster, and thankfully this inning is over. So a tough goal for the Rangers as they give up 4 more runs in the ninth. They need 10 to tie, 11 to win. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning, 15-5 Chicago.
It's been 25 years of love from Southwest to you. Just listen to the sound of those 737s above. You're hearing 25 years of love, and it's been 25 years of love, the kind of love that's true. 25 years of love from Southwest to you.
This is it, where brand new Miller beer begins. Where the hops grow that give new Miller beer its flavor. Because new Miller beer is brewed a totally new way. Straight from the heart of the hops. For flavor unlike any other beer. Big flavor that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller. Brand new Miller beer. Reach for what's out there.
Well, the Rangers try to recover with 10, and they only had 3 outs to play with. Rodriguez, Greer, and Palmer up. Mike Stanton really roughed up since coming over from the Boston Red Sox. He has pitched 2 innings tonight, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits. And he had 1 strikeout and 1 walk, but he's got to be sharp. He was not in a game that really was very close when he came in, but it's a lot further apart than it was, and they got to get him on track. He hadn't pitched in 5 days. He likes a lot of work to be sharp, so they'll keep wheeling him out there. But with the looks of this game, the Rangers may be only 1 in front of Seattle, and they'll need a big one from Ken Hill tomorrow night. Still 3 to go. Rodriguez tonight has struck out, single, walked, and bounced to first. 50 to play after this game, 30 of them on the road, 20 of them at home. The Rangers will need to batten down the hatches here, and they really have to take a look at their pitching because it is floundering at home at exactly the wrong time. And Rodriguez shoots 1 foul, 0-1. I don't remember 3 out of 4 games being this bad by Ranger starters, Tom, all year long.
No, the Ranger starters have done a pretty good job this year. We mentioned earlier that
51 wins.
5 of them have at least 9 victories.
52, yeah. 52 wins for the starters. But this is, it may be the worst week for them for the last 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Well, that happens. You got to live through that and get going, but they do have to get going. 1-1. Hartzner trying to end the game here as he has 3 to go. Bobby Witt was the one guy in here out of the last 4 that had a terrific game. He had a shutout through 6 innings. He's won 3 in a row. Witt is 10-8 after winning yesterday. And he did not give up all of those runs. There were some people on base when a grand slam came and he was gone. But right now, Hill and Witt have gone the best in the last go round for Texas through their 5-man rotation. But it has been a tough week for Pavlik and for Gross and Oliver.
Well, the last time the Rangers were in Detroit, both Pavlik and Hill pitched back-to-back gems. So maybe that Tiger Stadium is what the staff needs. Of course, it might be a different Tiger team, too.
No Cecil Fielder, but they've been winning without him.
Bobby Higginson has been very hot for them. He's hitting over 300, young left-hand hitter.
Mark Lewis, and they've got some new faces there.
You know, Lewis has stayed above 290 the whole year. He was hitting 300 when the Rangers were there a long time ago. El Caballo, Ruben Sierra is there now. Phil Nevin, a young catcher, has been called up.